Hello, everyone. My name's James Folino, and welcome to another episode of the Gold Coast Property and Auction Sales Results. The week I'll be covering this week is Monday, the 19th of July, up until Sunday, the 25th. Like I do every week, we'll go through some of the Australian, just the clearance rates, and then I'll break it down and go through the Gold Coast results. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. Whilst I'm doing that, Gold Coast has really been going strength to strength with its property market, and hopefully we can see this now. So these are the results Australia-wide. So as you can see, Victoria and New South Wales have been strong for quite some time now and are still going quite strong. With the Victorian lockdown and the New South Wales lockdown, maybe their sales volume has dropped a little bit. So both of them are around the 2,000 mark. Queensland's at about 1,500 for sales volume. Queensland's clearance rate did increase a bit over the last 2 weeks, so that's really good news. And if we are to go into the Queensland results, we'll have a look at them now. But there was 200, and as we can see there was 276 scheduled auctions, of which 113 went ahead. 87 were sold at auction, providing a clearance rate of 79%. And like I mentioned earlier, there was 1,349 private sales for the week. The difference between the scheduled auctions and the auctions that went ahead, potentially some were postponed, some were sold prior to auction. So that could be the difference there. We're going to go straight into it because there's a few properties to get through for today. Like we do every week, I'll start with a price range under 750 and then we'll move upwards from there. So this is the first home I'd like to look at. This is at 15 Cabarita Street in Bigara Waters. It's on a 521 square metre block. I actually spoke with this owner. She was a lovely lady, and she had after she purchased the home, she had a builder come in and fully redo the home for her. It's a 4-bed, 2-bathroom with 2-car carport at the front of the home. It's not too far from the Broadwater, so walking distance to the Broadwater. And this home here sold at $733,000. The next one we're going to look at is this one here at 7 Granada Court in Varsity Lakes. It's on a very small block of land. So the block of land was only 295 square metres. But as you can see, it's got a nice little cottage feel, picket fence, quite a newish home. So it's not an old build, relatively new, 3-bed, 2-bath with 1-car garage. This home here in Varsity Lakes sold for $730,000. The next one that we're going to look at, we're going to move along to Tamborine Mountain. So we know this is a little bit further out. It's about an hour from the beach and from the centre Gold Coast, say Surfers Paradise area. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath with 2-car accommodation, brick and tile home. And the best thing about this one here at number 6 to 8 Sumber Court was the land size. So the land size was over 1,800 square metres. So it did lend itself, subject to council approval, potentially to add another dwelling to this property. And this sold for $715,000. The next one we're going to look at is this one here. This was at 19 Gideon Gardens in Pimpama. It's actually in an estate, so there was a body corporate attached to this property of $30 per week. Pimpama is about 25 minutes from Surfers and about 35 minutes from Brisbane, so it's in the middle. This was a 3-bed, 2-bath, relatively new home, 1-car accommodation, and this sold for a very low price of $390,000. So very good buying for first home buyer. The next one we're going to look at is similar. Again, I normally tend to really try and stick to properties that have a land component. This one here was a townhouse in Labrador. This was at 4671 Olsen Avenue. It was a 2-bed, 1-bath with 2-car accommodation, double story. This property was rented at $370 per week. So it has a swimming pool in the complex, and this property sold for $306,000. So really good investment property there. Next one we're going to look at is this one here, larger home, 8 McGrath Court in Ormo Hills, double story, brick home, tile roof, very big, 4-bed, 2-bath, double car garage, plenty of other accommodation. You've got some land at the back there that can be landscaped. This home was on a large block of land, 946 square metres, and this home sold for $610,000. The next one we're going to look at is this one here. This was in Helensvale. This was at 226 Mildura Drive. Again, double garage, brick and tile home, large block of land, 920 square metres. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath home, and this home here in Helensvale sold for $650,000. The last one that we're going to look at in the cheaper range is this one here. This is in Southport, so out of probably one of the closer ones to the water, or to the Broadwater for that matter. Older style, 80s home. This was a 3-bed, 2-car space or carport home, 1 bathroom. This was at 16 Nora Street in Southport on 506 square metres of land. This home here sold for $615,000. So it could do with an update, but a really good price for Southport. Okay, we're going to move on now, and we're going to move to the higher price range. And this one that we're going to look at is this one here. Now, this was at 19 Azure, and we can see from the photos, so I'm just seeing if we can flick through those photos there. So this was at 19 Azure Way in Hope Island. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath with 2-car accommodation home. It's actually also, a lot of the homes in Hope Island are in gated communities or gated estates. So there is a body corporate attached. This did have a body corporate of $64, but as you can see, it was a waterfront home. And this home here sold for $925,000. So anything on water, we know the prices have really jumped up pretty much above that 1.5 million now. So this one, a little bit cheaper, but that's because it did have a body corporate. We're going to move along, and we're going to head to this one here. This was in Runaway Bay. This was at 53 Deegan Drive in Runaway Bay. Again, brick and tile home. For Runaway Bay, average size block of land, so 584 square metres, 4-bed, 2-bath with ample accommodation for cars, has a swimming pool as well. And this home here sold for $810,000. Could do with an update, very original home. The next one we're going to move along to is this one here. This was at 13 Daru Avenue. And as you can see from the picture, all the homes in this area of Runaway Bay are all waterfront homes. So your neighbours, all the homes there are probably upwards of 1.7, 1.8 million and you know, going up to 2.5 and above. This home here was on a large block of land, so 690 square metres, beautiful cathedral ceilings inside, really well maintained, freshly tiled, lovely kitchen. This home was 43 squares, so with a pool, really large home. And this home here sold for 1.19 million. So as you can see, you've got that walkway through along the side of the house, but a really good home and in Runaway Bay. Next one we're going to look at is this one here. This one here was at 18 Blue Gum Avenue in Holywell. As you can see from the photos, really substantial home, double story, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom with 2-car garage, lovely home ready to move into, lovely polished floorboards. This home here at Blue Gum sold for $915,000. Next one we're going to look at in the northern area of the Gold Coast is this one here. Again, another large home. This was at 41 Cartagena Avenue in Kumbaba. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath with 2-car accommodation on a large block, 509 square metres of land, very well maintained home, ready to move into. And this one here in Cartagena sold for $860,000. We're just going to come a bit closer to the water now, and we're going to move to Paradise Point. This was a home that I thought was one of the better buys for the week. This was at 58 Errol Avenue in Paradise Point. Now, in Paradise Point, a lot of the land now on the older style homes is being bought by developers. Houses are being knocked down and 2 side-by-side duplexes are being put up. This home here was at 58 Errol Avenue. It was an original 4-bed, 2-bath with 1-car garage, but again, ample parking for more cars out the front. This home sold, great price, $775,000. Okay, we'll move to the Middle Gold Coast now. This one here, 32 Gretel Drive in Mermaid Waters. I was at the auction on Saturday. This was a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage with room out the front. Lovely water frontage, waterfront home with a pool. This was in very much original condition. Again, I had a lot of interest, and this home under the hammer on Saturday sold for $1.905 million. The next one we're going to look at is in Broadbeach. It's this home here. This was at 7 Chantey Avenue in Broadbeach Waters. In Mermaid Waters, apologies. This was on 531 square metres. Again, another original home. I attended the auction. The house did need a fair bit of work, or potentially will be knocked down, depending who was the buyer, whether they're a renovator or a builder. 3-bed, 1-bath. Got the single car garage with accommodation at the front for more cars. This home sold under the hammer for $1 million. Next one we're going to look at is this one here. This was at 26 Ponciana Boulevard. Bigger block of land, 653 square metres, Broadbeach Waters. Beautiful home. It's been updated, 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-car accommodation with a pool. As you can see, lovely home. Does have a strip of water access. So it's a block that doesn't have full water access, but does have a driveway water access, as you can see from the picture. This property that was sold was to the front of the block. There is another property to the rear of the block, but you still have access and a boat shed that if you did have a boat or a jet ski, you do have access to the water. Now, this one sold for $1.27 million. The last one that we're going to look at in the Centre Gold Coast is this one here. This was at 25 Concord Circuit in Robina on 459 square metres. This was a 3-bed, 2-bath, double garage home, tiled throughout. Again, brick home, really solid build. This one here in Robina sold for the price of $799,000. We'll move along now, and we'll move to Southern Gold Coast. I don't have too much information on this property. There was no pictures. It was sold off market. This was in Chugan, 2 Links Lane in Chugan. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath with 2-car accommodation, and this sold for $961,000. Not many homes come up in Chugan, and when they do come up, they sell. Next one I'd like to look at is here in this one here is a large home in Warringah. This was at 34 Quambone Street. This was a home, a double-story brick, lovely home with a swimming pool, double garage. This was 5-bedroom with accommodation for 5 cars on a huge block of land, so over half an hectare, or it was actually over 5,000 square metres. This home sold, so just out the back of Burley Heads, this home sold for $860,000. Original condition, good home. Okay, moving along, and we're going to move to Burley Heads, Burley Waters. So we're going to move to Burley Waters, and we've got this home here at 6 Joan Court. This was about 600 metres to the beach on 620 square metres. As you can see where it is from the picture, Joan Court's just here, so not too far from the beach, but yeah, not too far. Nice easy walk, 4-bed, 2-bath, 3-car accommodation, ready to go. And if you want to live close to the beach, this is where it's at. This home here sold over the weekend. This one sold at $1,325,000. We're going to now we're going to move to Currumbin Waters. So a little bit inland with this home here, but as you can see, a grand home, double garage, lovely double-story brick veneer, tile roof. The block of land was 993 square metres, 5-bed, 2-bath. And this home was at 21 Glentrees Grove in Currumbin Waters. Beautiful, as you can see, really well renovated home, beautiful floorboards, lovely kitchen, really well done. And this home sold for $1,002,000. And the last thing I'd like to show you is just a couple of properties in the suburb called Mermaid Beach. It seems to be going from strength to strength, Mermaid Beach. And as you can see, here are some of the results. This top one, I attended the auction over the weekend. This was 6 units and 1 penthouse on one block, on one title, and that sold for $5.6 million at auction. Just below that, you've got this duplex over here. This was a duplex, 4-bedroom duplex with a double garage. This one sold for $2.1 million at auction over the weekend. And then we have a look at this one. This was an apartment in Petrel Avenue, quite a large apartment, 3-bedroom, and this one sold for $2.55 million over the weekend. So again, some really strong results. And the last one I'd like to show you is this one here. This was in Miami. This was at 13 Riviera Road. This was another substantial home. This home here over the weekend was sold at auction, and this one sold just over $2.9 million. So Mermaid Beach is a suburb, really going really strong and getting some really strong prices. So they're the results for this week. I hope it has helped you just to understand a little bit more about the property market on the Gold Coast. It seems to be going from strength to strength. All our results are taken from the uploads that the agents do onto realestate.com. A lot of the properties that we do tend to look at are houses with a land component, because we know that we can be assured some capital growth when there's some land. So I hope I've given you a little bit more insight. If anyone needs any questions answered, don't hesitate to give me a call. Until next week, good luck with your property hunting. Take care and have a lovely evening. Thank you.